on Saturday of last week. It was October 4th. Police say they were called to this gas station in Brazoria County, Texas. That's south of Houston. It was around 5 o'clock in the morning. The 911 caller, they say, was Oninda Romelis. Deputies said that they didn't know why they were responding to this gas station, but when they arrived, they found that her 4 children were shot. They were inside the car. 2 children were dead, a 13-year-old boy and 3-year-old girl. 2 other children were injured. They are now in stable condition. They are 8 years old and 9 years old. Deputies say that it's unclear if Romelis fired the gunshots in this gas station's parking lot, or did she allegedly do it somewhere else? Surveillance video allegedly shows her getting out of the car, getting gas, talking on her phone before deputies arrive. Authorities say they believe the gunshots were fired inside the car, but other than that, a lot of this is still a mystery. At a news conference on Sunday, law enforcement would not share too much detail. Here's part of what they said per Fox 26 in Houston.
We've been burning the midnight oil on this ever since this dropped, right? So I can assure you we're looking into this.
But then we received the court documents that have shown what Romelis allegedly told detectives.
You know, time and time again, we keep hearing these stories about these mothers unaliving their kids, whatever the case may be, because they're not maybe getting along with their baby's father or something like that, but they feel that they take the situation in their hands where they feel that they have to take the child's life out because things are not going the way they wanted to go. They just maybe running into a situation where, and the thing what kind of gets me about the situations in these cases where everybody is relating to going back to the mental illness or some kind of, they need some schizophrenia type stuff. These people, I don't buy it whatsoever. I don't believe it. Me personally, I think they're old enough to do the crime, they got to do the time. So she's sitting at a gas station and she shoots 4 of her kids. 2 of them died. And it's just an unfortunate situation from there. So I'm going to go ahead and let the sheriffs keep talking and what they discovered more when she called 911. So let's get back to the video.
After they took her into custody. Now, according to these court records, Romelis was asked whether she wanted to continue talking with authorities, and she said yes. Now, at first, when she was asked why she called 911, she said she couldn't talk about it. But when she was asked again about calling 911, she allegedly said, quote, instead of them doing it to me, I'm going to do it to them. Then, when the investigator asked, quote, do what? Romelis allegedly said, quote, kill them all. Romelis then said she didn't call 911. She allegedly said she called, quote, the devil. As Romelis continued talking, she said that she was ready to work, which detectives write in the court document that it just didn't make sense. Romelis did allegedly say that she had 4 children and said their names and their ages correctly, but when asked where they were, she allegedly said, quote, the devil. When asked what she meant by that, she said, quote, they're dead, and quote, because you can't take me without me taking you. Now, at their news conference, deputies would not.
Man, you can't tell me this girl's just, she's possessed. She's possessed. Obviously, you know, I don't even know to this point now where, now they're going to make this a situation where she's mentally ill and all this other crazy stuff that they're going to proclaim. I think she needs to see the death penalty, have life without parole, and that's just my opinion. But I can't. I don't see it no other way. What the kids have to do with all this? Maybe she, got stood up on a one-night stand or something like that, and she just took it out on the kids. But these are the type of mothers, they need to stop having these kids if they're not going to, be there for them and give them the nurture that they need and things like that. Because women like this that's having kids, that's going out doing what they want and when they want to do it, and these are results of some of them because they're tired of their life, and the results of the kids have to suffer. But it's a crazy situation, man. She talking about the devil and he's calling 911 and the devil made me do it. And I'm gonna get you before you get me. All this is reckless talk. Don't get it wrong, but nah, they need to take her on down up under the jail.
Discuss anything related to the custody of the children or the family situation involving these children before the shooting. But we have learned that the question of paternity with at least one of these children, it has been raised before. In fact, it was raised very publicly on a TV show called Paternity Court. The episode is still public on YouTube.
And this was her on the TV show Paternity Court. I had no idea that she was on TV before. And here she looks like like somebody that probably could be nice or something like that, or probably stuck in her ways. But she do look like the lights on, but nobody's home too in this picture too. So, hey, but I had no idea she was on the television show. But they're going to show more pictures of her though.
Now, the episode was about learning who the father was of an 18-month-old boy. Now,
trying to find out who the father is. These women are going out here just being loose, and they don't take no accountability whatsoever. So they don't use birth control, Plan B, none of that. They just go lay up with any and everybody. You tell she's just for the streets. But man, I digress.
It is unclear if that child is one of the victims in this case, but his age does match up with the age of the 13-year-old who was killed. That boy found slumped over inside the car, according to deputies when they arrived at that gas station. Before I get back to this episode of On the Case, which is one of the most watched shows on YouTube, I need to stop and talk about our partner, Morgan & Morgan. We're talking about America's largest injury law firm with more than 1,000 attorneys. As recently as September 27th. Now, this is the post on that day in September. The video has the caption, quote, "Mama gotta have a life too." And here's the caption on the post that reads, quote, "'Cause what it really do, you're not a bad B word if you're a terrible mother. To all my mamainas handling biz and did not handle biz this week, baby, go to happy hour, bleep them kids." Deputies say they are investigating the home where Romulus and her kids lived, which was more than an hour away north of Houston in Montgomery County, Texas. It is still unclear why Romulus and her children inside that vehicle were in the county south of Houston, again, an hour away Saturday morning when she called 911 allegedly. Romulus is now facing 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Bond is set at $5 million each for each murder count and $2 million for each aggravated assault count for a total of $14 million. Law enforcement would not speculate on a motive in this case. We still don't know that.
14 mil? Nah, she ain't getting that. Ain't no way they gonna let her. But once again, she gonna have somebody represent her if someone come to her aid to try to represent her and try to get her off of this, because I don't see this happening. I mean, she pretty much gonna rot in jail, and they ain't gonna turn around. I bet no doubt that she gonna try to plead with this mental illness thing, and that's what all of them seem to do right now. That was going on out here in this world. People that's doing all these shootings and they tend to talk about they mentally ill and all this dumb junk, man. But once again, you have somebody they're gonna put on their cape and come rescue them. But I don't see why, especially when these kids involved. She had 4 of her kids. She shot all 4 of them, but 2 of them died. It's crazy to me.
KHOU-TV is reporting that CPS has made contact with Romulus in the past, but the details of that interaction has not been made public. Now, as far as any sort of criminal record for Romulus, this mugshot is from 2022, and it was for an arrest in Georgia in Fayette County. It was related to a DUI, possession of marijuana, failure to maintain lane, and having an improper tag. Court records show that she pleaded guilty to the DUI and improper tag charges, and prosecutors decided not to pursue the 2 other charges she was facing. Joining us now to talk more about this from Texas is Anthony Asso, criminal defense attorney and a former assistant district attorney. Thank you for taking the time to be with us. I know this is an incredibly sad case. Just initially from what we've learned, and there isn't a lot from deputies, but
want to get to
in addition to
this,
testimonial
by the
evidence,
way,
you're going to want to.
this is from the Law and Crime, their website, Law and Crime Network. So I picked this up. You know, so this is the most recent thing that's happening down there in Texas. So they came across my feed, so I just had to jump out here and you know, spread awareness to those that may not heard of the story. But it's unfortunate that these type of mothers that's having kids and they turn around and do the utmost horrific things to these kids, and they didn't ask to be here. And you know, for her to pull up at the gas station miles away from home and just, I don't know, she fell into a depression or something like that, and she just decided she just wanted to off these kids. But I feel like she needs to get what she really deserved, which is life in prison. These kids would be traumatized for the rest of their life. They shouldn't have to go through this. I think that she needs to really, get put away, man. Have the kids go to someone that's gonna really take care of them and, you know, give them the proper nourishment. Because this right here, seeing the other siblings die, they're gonna be traumatized for life, man. They really are. So once again, I got this from Law and Crime Network. So y'all want to go check out the rest of this story, y'all can. So but I just want to kind of spread this awareness on here though. But if you're new to the channel, man, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave the comments down below and tell me what y'all think, and what kind of sentences you think that she should get. Catch y'all next video. I'm out. Peace.